Okay, everyone. This is uh, Whiplash. I'm Stephen. Um, I uh, am the administrator of this group. Welcome for joining. All those who are online. Um, I am right now here in Tokyo, uh, attending the Prime One exhibition. As you can see, uh, this is the banner that they are doing. And the event is actually almost like 2 weeks long, from September 21st to October 8th. So this is actually my second day going there, and so far it has been really good. Uh, Lots of great statues to see. There's about like 60 to 70 of them, uh, and I can't wait to share, my thoughts and views of them all. Uh, Many hits, a few misses, but overall, such a fascinating and magnificent event. So, without further ado, let me just start by showing you the Batman Who Laughs statue. This is a masterpiece. Although I'm not getting it because I really don't know the line. And I just don't have the space. But you can see that it's designed very uniquely. This is Damien, the exclusive, and it's from the Dark Knight Metals series. So this has actually been shown before in previous events, such as the San Diego Comic Con and the Summer Wonderfest that just happened recently. So let me just pan over here. You've got some older pieces, like the Fantastic Beasts, uh, Pickett and Niffler. I think they are already shipping out. Now here is the Wonder Woman on horse, which has been out for quite some time. It's a gigantic piece. It's probably like 1.5 meters tall. Well, actually, there's some specs here. It is 1.38 centimeters, which is almost 1.5 meters. So it is impressive, although I am not too fond of the hair or the mane on the horse, as well as the tail. Um, the mixed media here is not done too well. Okay. Overall, the base is good. You got the broken wheel. You got the helmets from the the scene where she attacks the German front line in the war. Um, the only thing that is a bit of an issue for me is the when the one of the legs of the horse steps on the puddle of mud, the splash that it makes. I think it could have been done a little bit better. It's not too realistic, as you can see. But other than that, it looks very great. Terminator, uh, very, very impressive piece. This is 1/2 scale. It has a simple base, but I think I can explain that because it was done during the scene towards the end of the movie where the T-800 is in a truck that explodes. The truck is actually in the background backdrop here, and then Terminator walks a bit. He's a bit crippled, but at least he walks across the pavement towards Sarah Connor, and yeah, uh, yeah, and that's the scene taken. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it's been out for quite some time. Now let me just pan over here to the Hush line, the Hush Batman line. So now you've got 5 pieces here. These are not this is not the complete line because as you can see in this picture backdrop, you've got quite a number of other pieces coming, like Robin, and even Police Chief Gordon, uh, uh, Catwoman as well. So this piece here is the newest one. This is Nightwing. Um, he is quite impressive, although I do not know him that well, but he is very good. Um, yeah, he's very good. Uh, Huntress, that was already displayed in San Diego, as well as the Summer Wonderfest. You've got the Hush Bat. He has a more refined pose that was shown in Wonderfest. Now, Superman, he is definitely one of my favorites. Actually, this pose here, with him seemingly hovering above the vines and the base, so it's really good. Probably not a this is fabric cape, so probably the sculpted cape fans will not like this, but to me, it's lovely. The head is awesome. It doesn't have the vines around its neck, which is one of the accessories that you can get. This is Poison Ivy. Sorry. Again, this is a bit older than the newer statues, so I won't spend too much time on that. So that was the Hush line, and we have two statues from the Dark Knight 3 Master Race. One is the quite familiar Batman. So he is an impressive piece. His base is quite huge. It's quite huge. It's not the huge. It's not the biggest by far. I can show you some of the even bigger bases uh, a bit later. But this is impressive. The cape is sculpted. It's a bit tattered and dirty, which is purposely done. And yeah, he looks good. With his gun pointed upwards, you need to have lots of cabinet space to hold this bad boy. Okay. Now the companion piece is obviously Superman. So this is his head sculpt. Uh, Very unique. Some people say that he looks like Elvis Presley. Some people says he looks like Ronald Reagan. But whatever figure or person you identify this piece with, he is unique. He is unique. But the base is actually quite uh, simple, even though it looks like a tank. But it is not as big as the other ones. And he is holding the Batman armored mask. Um, yeah, very good sculpted hands. Okay, now this is a piece that is new. It's never been shown at any event except for this one. This is the General Zod. Yeah, and the base is very, very impressive, as you can see. You see Superman, the statue of Superman uh, that is laid down broken and is being stepped on by General Zod himself. Now he is clothed in black armor, black cape. It's fabric cape again. Uh, and he is in a very triumphant pose, as I would say, over the Superman statue. But obviously, to him it's a statue, right? And he is probably using this as an intimidation to Superman. Very nice. So over here are some of the female statues that you will see. This is Supergirl. Very nice sculpted comic face. She is from the Superman comics. Her base is lots of clouds, three seagulls. I think they are seagulls and not doves. but quite interesting. The clouds, I think, I don't know, they look very puffy and very creamy. Um, Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's translucent resin. If they change to resin, that could help to make it a bit more realistic. But having said that, it looks good. People say the cat looks very happy, and judging from where he is placed in the chest area of Supergirl, we can all understand that. Mira is another character, uh, but she is from the Aquaman comics, so you can see that her face is beautifully sculpted. She's got her weapon, the water or the waves, as well as the flying fish, is done very very well. This is obviously a translucent resin, uh, very nice. Uh, the base, actually, both these two bases are quite substantial, but it's not too big. Okay, now um, this here is a monster. This was actually shown back about a year ago, or almost 2 years ago. This is the Doomsday, and he is one ginormous statue. His base is huge, very huge, especially since the rock formations kind of are shown slanted outwards, and you've got the flagpole of Superman's cape on it, and that increases the real estate, of course. And but he is huge. I mean, look at my hand, and look at his hand. It's almost the same size. Come on now, okay. Um, so it's huge. It, I mean, you look at it, it's almost like the height and size of a small boy. The statue here, so it's huge, but done very nice. I can't think of uh, any other statue that is a better pairing than the pairing to Superman than Doomsday. Two statues that are not new anymore. Harley Quinn and Joker of the Suicide Squad line. You got the head sculpts. Uh, Now this is another new statue that has never been shown before. This is Cyborg Superman. Here he's got his one of his switch outs hands, which is kind of like extended claw, and you can see the texturing is very nice. You got the metallic cyborg part of Superman, as well as the normal blue suit that he wears, both on uh, his leg as well as parts of his torso and his head. Actually, his almost entire mouth and half his face is all cyborg. I do think that the skin, especially here, can be reworked uh, in this prototype because it doesn't look that uh, skin-like to me, as you can see. The base, although it's huge, I think it's doesn't pop too well from because the rocks here is very smooth uh, as compared to Doomsday base. You can see that, yeah, it's not that well done, I think. But anyway, it's overall I really like the statue. The pose is very nice. The cape is fabric. Okay, so here you got the Batman Ninja. Uh, Not new anymore, so don't want to spend too much time on that. And then Nightfall Batman. This is a piece that was shown at the One Fest. This is one of his head sculpts, and um, that is the other head sculpt. I think there are two, but I could be wrong. There might be three. And his base is fantastic. Yeah, definitely has a lot more decoration uh, than than Superman. I like this more than Superman, the Cyborg Superman. base. Again, it's fabric. I'm not too familiar with this comic series, so cannot really comment too much about it, but uh, it's a nice character. Okay. Now turning over to here, you've got three pieces from The Dark Knight Returns. One of them, which is Catwoman or Selena Kyle, is already up for pre-ordering for about a couple months already. So guys, if you haven't ordered it and you want to, now is the time. Okay, she looks fabulous. Um, and then you got the Christian Bale Batman as well as Bane. Okay, now this line here is quite simple, very simple base. Characters are basically doing museum pose. So if you like statues that are simple, simple base, just museum pose, then this line is for you. Okay. Bane has uh, actually two statues. I think this probably would come as like a DX version or something similar, but I'm not sure. Okay. Now this is another highlight of the event. Very nice Harley Quinn of the comic series, Batman comic series, and the base is just very original. You got the Joker head sculpted with some coloring, I think done by Harley Quinn herself. You got some firecrackers. You got skateboard or skateboard ramp or half pipe because Harley is on a roller skates. And this pose here is just one of several switch outs. She has her hammer or mallet or whatever you call it, and she also has a switch out that has is a gun. Okay, now you see the wiring here. Actually, this Joker base can be lighted up, so it can flicker. So give you like a feel of Christmas time. Uh, the so the base is very interesting, and I love it very much. The head sculpt is also very nicely done. Uh, Probably the only thing I have uh, an issue I have is the design and coloring of the firecrackers at the top, where it's the sparks are flying. It's not done too well, so I think there needs to be more coloring and more pop to it. Okay. Uh, Now, Deathstroke is another piece I really like, especially the head. The head is actually two heads. Half of it is a skull, and the other half is the normal Deathstroke mask. And I really dig it. I think it's fantastic. And coupled with some mixed media, which is the scarf, looks amazing. Looks really amazing. You got the sickle, which is broken from the the Grim Reaper. You got like seven skulls on the base. I do feel that as you pan across to the right of the statue, there's not too much activity going on here. It's just rock and stuff. So if Parman could probably add a few more interesting pieces here in this area, that'd be very good. So just my thoughts. But his standing pose on this with one of the switch outs, matchets. Sorry, two swords. Looks amazing. Very nice. Uh, I have the Arkham Deathstroke, but this one here, this rocks. I think I probably would get this. Um, would be a good addition to my collection. Manta Ray. I don't know too much about Manta Ray. It is on pre-ordering, so I probably won't spend too much time on this. Now, Darkseid is another piece that is new, very intimidating. Like this statue is a statue where there seems to be not a lot of things going on, but actually just by looking at his gaze, at his expression, it's very intimidating. It's very, very threatening when you look at his face. It's the sense of awe that he instills, very menacing. He's got another switch out in which his hands are placed behind his back. Um, Now, similar to the Cyborg Batman, I feel that the lava or the fire that you can see here can be touched up a little bit better. Uh, it looks like cream puff to me. Doesn't look like lava. Doesn't look like fire. I just hope that this prototype can be tweaked a little bit more to reflect the reality, uh, the flames and the lava in a more realistic way. But this guy is actually one quarter scale, but he looks like as though he's a one third. So you can just imagine how big he is. And when you compare him with the Aquaman from Injustice 2, it's just he looks like a midget. Uh, Now this guy is also from the Injustice 2 series, same as Darkseid. Um, Again, not too familiar with the character, but I think that his torso, the six packs, are a bit are done a bit too big. If they could do it smaller, I think that would be a bit more realistic, uh, according to the biology of the human body. I think that'll be much better done. Now, here is a very controversial piece. I won't spend too much time on it, but I do want to mention that this has caused a lot of uproar and many people commenting that the one of the switch outs, which is a Prime One site exclusive, uh, which is a badass pistol, uh, but uh, you cannot get it through Sideshow. So if you do get it, you have to pay lots of shipping fees. So it's got to cause a huge uproar. But nonetheless, this piece is totally amazing. I really love and dig busy bases, so I love this. It's got so many things. It's got like uh, petrol containers, pipes, wiring, rebar, oil tanks. His gun is awesome. You can see that it's marked Martyr Maker, pray hard, die fast, don't cross me, etc., etc. So lots of interesting uh, pieces, and then you got like markings here, stuff. So very nicely done, and his favorite dog is also sculpted perfectly, as well as his dolphins, the space dolphins. So all in all, very impressive. But he is a very big piece. I mean, if you buy the DX version, then you're in for a challenge to try to fit everything in to your cabinet, which has to be custom made. Definitely not any IKEA would be able to fill this. Uh, IT Pennywise. This is a 1/2 scale. Do note the balloons are not included. Well, at least not that many balloons. I'm not sure whether they may make a plastic one or a sculpted one. I don't know. It's still in the works, but he looks amazing. Although I'm not going to get him because it just freak out my wife if I put him in the house. But the base is very interesting because he got the kid stretching out his hand with the boat, and the boat says SS George. Yeah. And if you go here, you also see missing persons notice at the back. So fair, very interesting. Now next is the lines from, sorry, the pieces from the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom line. I'm not going to go through each and every piece because I don't have time, and the dinos are not really my cup of tea. Although I do like them, they're done very well. Like this Velociraptor, he rocks. But yeah, yeah, I think the scale is I think 110 or yeah, it's probably 110. Um, a bit small. Yeah, but the base is actually done quite well, I must say. You got the tree trunks, the vegetation, the plants. I do really like the life size baby blue. Very nicely done. The texture, the details is. I mean, I have not seen any other company that has gone to that amount of detail. Okay, T-Rex, very popular piece, especially with the EX, which is a goat. Pairs nicely with T-Rex himself, Triceratops. Now, this is a line that many people are very interested, the Berserk line. So it's got a huge, huge number of statues, and it keeps on growing. Okay, um, just very quickly go through it. This is the 1/3 guts. He has two poses. One is with a sword at the back, and the other is his sword is pointing downwards, placed at the front. Three head sculpts. Each has its own unique expression. The base is actually more simple than the 1/4 scale, which has many uh, aspects and items on it. So this one here is kind of like a pool of all the undead in the world in the hell, right? But because it's 1/3, I think you get more of everything, right? Everything's a little bit bigger than the 1/4 scale. So his biceps, I don't know, like his sorry, I think his biceps is okay. His triceps is huge. Is that out of proportion? Could be. Um, but his cape is fabric, although I think it's kind of a very special type of texture because it's very tattered. Uh, so it looks good. Um, I myself, think I still prefer the 1/4 scale guts because I love busy bases. Um, yeah, actually, I'm about to get that piece delivered in a couple months' time. Isidro is a character who wants to be like Guts. A very different feel to it because his base is uh, much less bloody and more PG-13, as well as Shirk. Now, this is Berserker armor. This one, on the other hand, has lots of blood, guts, body parts, etc. Right? You got like several Dakas that are dead, killed by Guts himself, I guess. So this piece, actually, buying this piece, it would be then good to buy this piece as a companion, because this shows one Daka that is not yet killed. Um, yeah, and he has his own weapon. I'm not sure what the name of this weapon is, but yeah, these two would go well together. This one here is The Beast of Casca's Dream. I haven't read the novel that far yet, so I'm not too sure what this is, but it looks quite unique in its own way. Yeah. Now, this one has a lot of people talking. All right. This is the Nostra, the Zod in human form. Again, very busy base, but a base filled with lots of blood, guts, horse's head, armor, fallen soldiers, shield, even a crow at the back. So this is a piece that many people are anticipating very much. He's got his mixed media of fur coats, fur boots. This is one of his right hand switch outs. He's got another big sword as a switch out and also a hammer. Uh, very very impressive. He stands much taller than the Guts uh, Black Swordsman. For me, yeah, I think I need to get this as a companion piece. Uh, Now this one is Griffith Falcon of Light. I've also got this very unique base, especially with the I don't know if these are seagulls or doves, but they're good. Very realistic. Um, he's got mixed media cape and swords uh, over it. Um, these are the baddies. This is the asshole. Well, actually, this is also asshole. Griffith, who like when he turns into Femto, uh, the Falcon of Darkness. This is Slan, and obviously she's naked but covered by feathers to cover parts, but you can see the nips here, pretty much. Uh, Skull Knight. Oh, sorry, no, not Skull Knight. Void. This is Void. This is Conrad. Also the other baddies. And now this piece here is huge, huge, huge. Basically, I think this is like a dinner table of six. If you buy the statue, it's not up for pre-order yet, but I don't know who can stomach this statue. It's got so many dead bodies. I think this is 1/4 scale, maybe, or maybe even 1/6. I don't know. I think it could be 1/6 because like looking at this piece here, it's probably the height of a 1/6 figure. So yeah, could be. But it's very impressive. But I really don't know who can have this at their home. But very very impressive indeed. Okay, let's look at Aliens. Now, Aliens, you got this new piece coming. It's not up for pre-order yet, but uh, this is from the Aliens comics, not the movie. It's the Alien comics. You got the egg, which is very realistic. You got translucent resin all over it to give it kind of like a slimy look. Uh, this this is actually a companion piece. So this egg is part of the base for Scorpion Alien. You can see that it's very nicely done. It's very tall statue, so you need to have lots of space in your cabinet because it commands a very high height. Okay. Now, Prime One has ventured into something new, which is wall mount statues, starting with the aliens. So you got 5 alien heads, starting with this. This is the Big Chap head trophy from the Alien film. Most of these are from the Alien film. This is Dog Alien. This is Big Chap again. This is Warrior. So all these are, uh, yeah, all these are from Aliens. They are quite heavy. You can see that they are supported by quite sturdy steel rods and steel cables. I was able to have the chance to lift one of these a little bit, and they are heavy. So you cannot use just like a normal hook to hang them because they're going to fall off for sure. So you need I don't know how they would advise you to hang these, but I hope there's a way. But I would be kind of worried if you don't have the necessary supports, wirings to make sure they don't fall. Okay, so moving here, this is another new piece, Cactus Predator from the Predator comics. Actually, this piece here would be a good pairing with the Alien comics. So another very high piece, very tall piece. Base is not that wide, but it looks very nice. Yeah, he's in attack pose. You can see the cracked tusks, his mouth. He's got his weapons, his spear, and his wrist blades. Comes with a switch out head. This is a big game predator. It's not painted yet, but it's sculpted and has lights on his eyes. So I guess we'll be anticipating more of this statue in future events when he's painted up. Fugitive Predator. Now this is quite impressive because his pose is quite attractive actually. This is from the movie, the Predator film. Excuse me. You got the battle damage mask. You got the mouth opened face, and you got the undamaged mask. Looks very good, and actually, I think that you can. What I would do if I was to buy it is I would buy the egg and place the egg near or on the base of the predator. That would look sick. Yeah. Now, this is a life-size bust that I think probably, well, they did the Alien uh, movie. Sorry, the uh, sorry, I forgot the name, but uh, this is probably the second life-size bust that Part One has done. But this is done very well, I would say. This is huge, though. This is the Predator head from the Predator movie. It's got his right arm with the wrist blades, as well as the left arm with the shuriken. The shuriken is huge. I mean, the diameter of this is just very, very big. So beware of the fact that you need to have a lot of space to display this. But the detail is second to none. Very impressive piece. And actually, if you look at it from here, it looks as though the arm is really attached to the rest of the body, just from the way that this angle looks, as well as this angle. If you understand what I'm saying, right? Um, the two other masks, undamaged mask and the damaged battle damage mask. Very impressive. Okay. Something new on the different flavor. Much different flavor than Aliens and Predator is the Minions. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but very nice. Uh, Alita Battle Angel. She was in the San Diego Comic Con last time, and also in the Wonderfest. Not actually, this is quite a manageable base. Not very big. She's already out for pre-order, so I won't spend too much time on it. Nor would I spend too much time on the Wisher Wild Hunt. This is the second Geralt piece, which is the Unvik uh, quarter scale. Very well done base, I must say. Yeah, and same with Yennefer. This is the second Yennefer. Uh, I don't play the game, so I don't know what this fellow's name is, but I see all the items here and done very accurately. Yeah. This is Gamera. This is not Godzilla. Okay, not Godzilla. So this is something else, but I have no idea of the background stories. But here's some art print for your information. Okay, uh, very nice diorama and base. Guyver one. There are quite a few different pieces in the Guyver line, but they're only showing one of them. Um, This one I heard is already in the final phases of production, so they should be shipping out soon. Gravity Rush. I don't know too much about this, but yeah, they look very interesting. But I just don't have any information to share too much about it. Okay. Um, three Bloodborne pieces. Now, this is the Eileen the Crow, which is just up for pre-order. Very, very nice. Very nicely done. You got some art print here. And actually this is for sale. It's not included. Lady Maria. This is the exclusive version with the cup holder. I have a piece. I bought it. Very nice, very nicely done. But unfortunately, if you still want to buy it, you have to go out to the secondary market because it's all sold out in both. In both Prime sites, international and Japan, and it has long been sold out in the Sideshow website. So too bad. Hunter EX version, quite an old piece actually. I think I did this, the Terminator. So now we reach another line here, which is the Full Metal Alchemist. Um, Not much information to share again. Apologies for that. But the base looks fairly well done. I'm not sure if they could add a bit more detail to the base here, but cannot comment. Now this is a new Japanese anime that they ventured into. This is the Kenshiro Fist of the North Star. He's got two poses. This is the "You Are Already Dead" pose. This is another pose, which doesn't have a name. Now, you can buy a bigger base with two stone statues at the back, or if you have lack of funds or don't have the space, this is the normal base. Okay. I hear that a baddie is coming, so he should have a companion piece soon. But looking at this head sculpt and the pose, it's very accurate, very, very accurate. Now, this is something new. This is G1 Ken. Now, when I was small, I didn't have much of an opportunity to watch the cartoon, but I know it's there. So now Prime One has made the effort to do a piece for this anime. That is very nice. I heard that they just added the wristwatch on his left wrist, as well as I don't know if this is a claw, a metal claw, or boomerang. I don't know. Um, this is from Tekken 7. Alisa. Uh, Not too familiar with this because I don't play the game, but this is an older piece. And now this one is the Neo Willem. I don't play the game, so I'm not sure, but I remember this is, I think, either EX or Deluxe version because it's got uh, the elf or elf-like statue at the back. Very nice detail of the blood dripping. Very nice. There are a couple of more Kojima productions coming soon, and Tekken 7. Fortunately, we don't see it now. So that okay, so folks, this really brings an end. I've covered all the pieces here. Uh, Apologies if it was too rushed, but please do know that I will be doing more videos later on. I did a Facebook Live video just earlier, but I just want to do one for the YouTube viewers out there. Now, besides selling statues or displaying statues, Prime One in this event has also a section where you can buy merchandise like T-shirts, stationery, coins, memorabilia coins, and acrylic figures. So you have a sample here. This is a sample display. Some keychains. These are from the Bloodborne line. Okay, you got some pillows from the Bloodborne line as well. Got some art print, and you also have a statue that is on sale. This is quite similar to the Lady Maria one, but this is classified as a Lady Maria on a simpler base. 'Cause you don't see the oil lampstand, the oil lampstand, as well as the table with the cup and the picture frame. Okay, this is actually has caused a little bit of controversy because collectors are complaining how come Prime One didn't release this earlier so that they can have the choice to choose. I won't comment on that, but it's a business decision actually. So you got other merchandise, other pillows from the Bloodborne line. These are weapons, spells, pillows. You got some much older statues or busts that are for sale from the Batman line, Suicide Squad, Transformers, lots of head busts and Transformers, both the normal versions and the gold versions. Very nice. Uh, more Transformer lines. Okay, you got some gachas. Lots of people play this and collect things. You got a UFO catcher actually, and I just played one. It's you can get a chance to grab these keychains from the Berserk line. Very nice, very nice. So all in all, it's a very good event. I love it very much. I spent many hours here already, just absorbing the atmosphere, absorbing the awesomeness of all the pieces. I will be spending one more day actually at this event. Tomorrow, the whole day before I leave Tokyo. But this so far it's been very rewarding. So I'm going to end it here because this video has already taken 47 minutes, almost close to an hour. But I will be back with more videos, more in-depth videos of each line. And we'll see you soon. And please like and subscribe on Whiplash. Thank you very much. And have a great day.